Jeez.
Hmm. So let me do this. Go live. Okay.
Commence primary ignition.
Hey, this is Katie O'Brien, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
What's up, Rebels?
Thank you, Katie, for the intro. Hi, everyone.
I love her. She's
Happy.
fantastic.
She's the best. I still have to see the movie she's in.
Yeah, me too.
That just came out. I know it's playing in like select theaters and everything, but I've not had a chance due to my unfortunate hospitalization, which, as I was joking before the show started, is my entire personality now. So just everyone be aware.
We are not defined by our physical ailments.
Yeah, I will milk this for the attention and pity that I deserve. And I will say that the ridiculousness of all of it is that I've literally used every sick day I have for the year, and it's only April. So if I do need to actually take a sick day, I'll have to use a vacation day.
So I have a question. You only accrue so much for the year. Like you can't use them and then start accruing again?
Oh no, so sick days you don't actually have to accrue. Those are good like the day you start, but I used all of them because I already took one earlier in the year for something, and then I used 6 in a row, and I think I get 7 total for the year. So either way, I'm like literally out of sick days,
Oh,
which is ridiculous. But
yeah, that's
s-
weird.
still have
'Cause
vacation days and whatever else that I will
I
use
know,
for
but
fun
that's
events
fun
and
stuff, not sick
yeah.
stuff.
No, I
Come
know. You
on.
just got to bank a couple on the side. But like, I also get comp days for when I go to conventions and things like
Oh,
that. And I do have a
okay.
trip coming up for work in May where I'll be traveling on a weekend day, so I get a comp day for that.
Cool.
But that just brings you back to zero. It's not like I'm getting bonus days. I just can kind of use it whenever. But
Yeah, my
yeah,
job does like every 40 hours you work, you get like an hour of sick time.
yeah,
So, and you just build from there, but
yeah.
which is
Ours,
also
ours
crap, but
come at the start of the year. The vacation we technically accrue, but you can use it before you've actually accrued it, of course. So it's also stupid, is what it boils
yeah.
down to. But thank you again to everyone. So I see we have a bunch of
Yeah.
people who are watching. Welcome everyone tonight. It's our
Welcome.
early May the 4th celebration. And thank you for everyone who was checking up on me this whole time. I am feeling like 100%. In fact, I just had my
Good.
follow up at the doctor this morning. So I did like a half day at work, working from home. And, they do like the very basic stuff. It's like blood work and uh, basic vitals and stuff, and they're like, "Ah, you're fine, get out." It felt very like thanks for nothing, because I have to go back and see the specialist in like 10 days, which that's the more important stuff where they do more tests, which is more important. And I was like, "Do I even
Yeah.
get my blood work results today?" I was like, "This felt very like check the box," but at the same time, I get it. They ask you like, "Did you take your antibiotics?" And I said yes, and I
They
think
wanna
they
make
like,
sure that you
yeah,
have everything taken
yeah,
care of in the time frame that you had to take care of it, and
yeah.
then you'll see the specialist.
Yeah,
So,
they take your temperature, they do your heart rate, they do your blood pressure, all that stupid shit,
they
and
wanna
then
know,
you're
like, the
on
immediate
your way.
after effects of things, not,
Yeah,
like, a month from now and when you're
yeah. So that
possibly
makes
feeling
sense.
worse.
But
Yeah.
for anyone who's dealt with any type of you know, sickness or hospitalization, it's tedious. So,
Oh,
um,
Sarah says Facebook
oh,
is finally live. Hello there,
yay!
General Barnes.
Yes, we have I'm so glad you're our first comment too, because we have a lot to discuss. So, first off, hi Sarah, and hello to everyone else who's in the chat. Yes, I survived.
We did.
Mostly to keep our duel going. But we have a big announcement. Can we? I'm gonna do like a drum roll. I hope this doesn't mess up the audio or anything. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. So, congratulations to Sarah. She was the winner of our ticket giveaway for the VCN family vacation. Yay!
I
Proud.
didn't have a graphic, but Oh well.
We do not have a graphic. We can
We'll
show the
just
family
announce it
vacation
here
though. So
first.
throw that one up, Jeff, so we can see the family vacation details. Um, the family vacation, as a reminder, is July 29th through August 2nd.
Mhm.
Which, yeah, tickets are on sale until tomorrow. So
Noon
Sarah,
Eastern. So
that's
make
right,
sure you
noon
get
Eastern.
on that if you want to go. So much FOMO will be happening if you don't.
I know, I'm feeling it. Which I keep telling people I will
Same.
end up doing like a partial of the trip if I'm able to go. I wasn't going to be able to do the whole week anyway, but I'm
Yeah.
just trying to figure out if I can at least do the Southern California portion. So,
Yeah.
um, very exciting. So, Sarah, congratulations, and glad to see you in the chat. And hi to
Sherry.
Sherry,
Hi,
um,
John.
John, and Scoob.
Scooby. Hi.
Yeah, this is quite the week. This is a little
Mhm.
bit like our Super Bowl week, wouldn't you say, Ashley?
Oh, totally. Like, yeah, this is like our Black Friday.
Yeah,
This is our biggest shopping day of the year. Like
yeah.
the stuff we love. I know I've seen and gotten so many emails from like Her Universe, Regal Robot, Gentle Giant,
Neo
Sideshow.
Novo.
Their May the 4th uh, shindig going from the 1st to the 4th.
Hmm.
Just unbelievable. Even like small businesses on like Etsy and on their own websites, they're making a lot of cool stuff. And we also have this killer, absolutely killer hockey jersey from the light side. Make sure you get one of those ASAP. That goes on sale to the public on May the 4th. So snag that while you can. Jason says she's required to send lots of pics and try not to break the bank. Yeah. Well, the,
Yeah.
the part is a lot of stuff is included in that ticket. So, including her Disney park passes. So that's good. It gets her in the door.
Yeah. This is the week where you will be spending probably a good amount of money because of all the stuff. I'm gonna look this. I should have actually pulled up this link ahead of time, but StarWars.com put up a listicle today rounding up all of the big deals from across the licensees. And it's funny, being a licensee, like I know this stuff is coming because I had to like fill out the form. They like send you an Excel file, like what products do you want featured,
Right.
send us the images, blah, blah, blah. And then most people, I think, do a pretty good job sending this out. I'm going to put this in the chat right now. So
Yeah.
let me post this link. This is the StarWars.com article for all of the. Oh, it made me post as an admin. I forgot that I'm actually
Oh.
logged in. I forgot that I'm logged in as an admin also. So this is the Star Wars deals, and I'm going to scroll through on my other page over here so we can see.
Daily deals.
But Abrams, which is one of the book publishers, Amazon, which has a special call out for this R2D2 luggage from American Tourister.
Love
What
it.
else we got over here?
Look at it. It's
Um,
gorgeous.
Box Lunch, Chronicle Books. What else we got? Dark Horse Comics, Denuo Novo. Enzo rings, which I joke was going to be our replacement wedding rings. And
Honestly,
Jason
I was
took
this
note of that.
close to buying a Kenobi ring at Celebration Anaheim, so I
They're
get it.
nice rings.
They look, yeah.
And immediately recognizable too, even though they're like we would say inspired by Funko, Gentle Giant. What's this on here? Hallmark,
Inside
Inside,
editions,
yeah,
Lego. Legos are insanely important.
mhm.
Oh my God, Sarah, totally.
Chopper
Um,
luggage. Really, yeah, I would
Lily
love that.
baby. So if you would like to see the baby and have them in a Star Wars carrier, there you go.
This is the first time I've
Loungefly.
seen. I know that's very cool.
Look at that
Um,
spooky Phantom Menace mall carry on. So crazy.
Is this the first time you're seeing retailers listed in here? Because I see Macy's and Hut and Box
Yeah.
Lunch. Like usually it's the licensors themselves, but
Yeah.
interestingly, like because Macy's would stock like a bunch of different brands in
Yeah.
their store, so I think that's interesting.
They're making it
Um,
like a destination thing, so that's pretty cool,
yeah.
and, like, where you wanna go if you wanna find more of these things. Rock Love Jewelry, absolutely love them. Starbucks has Hoth-inspired cups, plus the Rebels
Mm,
and the Empire tumblers, which look so rad. Their Been There mug for Hoth is just really, really cute, and I love the colors. Sideshow has 20% off select Star Wars products with the promo code May24 on May the 4th. So make sure you snag something you've been looking for a while, like a Bo Katan hot toy, which is pretty awesome. Walmart has some stuff. Target has some stuff. Yeah,
And
roommates
because it's a Saturday, I think you're gonna get like some good like day of shopping. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited on Saturday. Okay, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna jump into my plan for Saturday for May the 4th because
Okay.
what I don't have is like I'm not going to Disney World. Like I'm not doing something big and grand like that. So my little celebration for May the 4th is much more low key. The
Mhm.
first thing I'm gonna do when I wake up is watch the Star Wars Explained canon update video. Alex and Molly put this together every year. They have the comprehensive canon timeline, and they will update it based on everything new that's happened in the year, 23 to 2024, up through May the 4th. So, got to watch that. That'll be how I start the day. Drink my coffee, enjoy my video. I also want to watch all episodes of Barris Offee in the Clone
Yes.
Wars.
Oh my
There's
god.
about 10 episodes to watch to get ready for Tales of the Empire. So then I'll do Tales of the Empire, and then I'll go out during the day. And I know it's also free comic book day. So I'm going to hit up like Midtown Comics and a couple other comic
Nice.
stores in Manhattan, and then see sort of where the rest of the place takes you, right? Because like Walmart, Target, and those stores, like Walmart was doing limited edition pins. That's probably not everywhere. And there actually
Yeah.
isn't a Walmart anywhere near me. But like there are probably some stores that are doing things like that. So you'll want to have some type of in-store experience on Saturday for sure.
Yeah. I'm opening in the morning, like really early in the morning.
Mhm.
But I'll be out in the afternoon and I'm going to watch Barris Offee and Morgan Elsbeth do some
Kill it.
damage
Yeah,
and seek revenge.
that's right.
I'm very
I want
excited about that.
to see
I'm
them kill
also
people.
you're yeah. Honestly, Morgan is just fueled by like vengeance juice, and
Yeah,
Barris is like "F you, Jedi." So,
yeah.
I cannot wait to see. It's kind of like once again, like Tales of the Jedi. It's things we didn't know we needed about these characters, but they just kind of
Mhm.
fit in nicely, and that's what I adore about these shorts. And I really wish they were longer. But yeah, Morgan versus Grievous. If you guys haven't seen that clip,
Yeah, they just dropped that today.
girl.
Um, it was like another teaser. Stop showing us stuff. I just want to watch it at this point
Yeah, these
without being
episodes are
any more
so
spoiled.
short. You're showing
I
us
know.
half the episode already, so it's
It's kind of
fine.
crazy. And
It's
look, I've been screaming for Barris Offee since Rebel season one.
yeah.
We've been down this road. I bring her up all the time on this
Yep.
damn show, and
Mhm.
finally, we're gonna get some real comprehensive answers to what she's been up
Yeah.
to on Saturday. So on Saturday, May the 4th, the new content drop from Star Wars proper will be the Tales of the Empire. Featuring Morgan Elsbeth and Barris Offee, and it's going to be awesome. Um, and yeah, we will have coverage across the network, of course. So this week we've got the Bad Batch finale. It's too busy a week, guys. There's too much happening. The Bad Batch finale is Wednesday.
Not
We
ready.
have obviously the watch along for it on Thursday, the after show on Friday, and then it's May the 4th day, and we've got Tales of the Empire. That the following week, next week on the network, we will have a watch along and a Bad Batch and an after show for Tales of the Empire. And then we'll do it again the following week. I think we're going to start with Morgan, and then we'll do Barris Offee in week 2. I don't know. However,
Yeah.
whatever order they air in, we'll figure it out. So
Yeah.
to be determined, but that's very, very exciting.
John. Oh yeah. Sarah says she can't even with this Bad Batch finale. Girl,
You know, there's
us.
only one episode
We
left.
got
It
you.
better be an hour and a half because there's too much to do.
I saw the best meme today, and it just nails how I feel about the whole thing.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure it's listed for like 50 minutes, but
yeah. So
yeah, that's he's posted that.
That's the one. I saw that.
so
Yeah.
new episode of the Bad Batch this week. Yay, Wrecker! It's a
Yeah.
series finale.
Yeah.
No.
Also, we're not there yet. Thank you, Jeff, for confirming the runtime because
Yeah.
50 minutes will help the situation.
Yeah.
But I really think we need like a feature length finale movie at this point because there's still so much to
So
do.
yeah, the premiere was like 70 minutes.
Mhm.
The series premiere was 70 minutes. It was a movie. It was
Yeah,
awesome. I loved it. This needs to be longer than that
I
because
know.
I'm
We don't
not
want it to
ready.
end. But
There's
also,
so
we're
much
not
that's
there
gonna
yet.
wrap.
Like
No,
there's still too much to do.
don't rush
Um
things.
so
Just
by the way, so to veer off for 1 second, the Nerf herders last Wednesday put
oh,
together a really comprehensive May the 4th show. I forgot to message them. They put on such a great show, but they
great.
talked a lot about what their predictions were for Bad Batch, and they were doing a little bit of trolling, and they were like, "We think that all the kids are going to die. We think that the Bad Batch team is going to show up, and they're going to be killed inside the little room." It was like just hilarious stuff like that, right? But the Bad Batch predictions are off the charts, right? Like it's like, what could happen at this point? Any of them could die. Other than Omega, I don't think they'll kill any of the kids actually, and AJ didn't think so either. But the there's real risk that like the entire batch could be gone, right? Like
Yeah.
we're gonna be done with the batch.
Yeah, I'm not ready for this. Can you imagine if he shows up and he's confirmed? Like
Poor
Mark's
Keith.
head will look. You could hear Mark screeching from New York,
It's gonna be Barasafi's boyfriend. That'll be the big twist.
and he comes out in like a dark cape, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah, they're both Sith Lords now. This is my headcanon run amok. This is me in my semi-coma from 2 weeks ago hallucinating this shit.
He just
Yeah,
wrote the
good
whole
times.
script from his
Aside
hospital bed.
from the stuff we mentioned on Saturday, there were a few people in the chat who said they're going to see Phantom Menace this weekend. So I
Yeah.
believe it starts on Friday. I think Spencer said he was going Friday.
Mhm.
Peter said he was going Saturday. There we go, Saturday or Friday. So Peter and Spencer are going. Anyone else going to see the Phantom Menace? I
I
have not bought tickets, but
I
I've
have a
heard that it
ticket.
is the hot ticket.
I have a ticket for Friday. They're doing the single 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace on Friday, and then
Mhm.
the marathon, which includes the Phantom Menace, obviously, as episode one,
Mm.
It's
is Saturday into
Yep.
Sunday, I believe. It's like a 24-hour stint in the theaters for about
Yeah.
21 hours worth of content, 20 and a
Dang.
half
Crazy.
hours, something like that.
You know what it is?
So
It's too much. It's too much. I don't like Star Wars that much. And
yeah.
I am
And it's so
probably a top
limited.
5%er on Star Wars. There's no way.
Yeah.
Who's
And
gonna
it's
do that?
It starts Friday near me too, so
it's
I have Thursday and Friday off, so
nice.
I may.
They're doing they put it in 13 theaters, I believe, across
It's
the
weird
country.
geographies too.
Oof.
And it's
Yeah.
2 are in Southern California, which I don't mind that, but they're
The
both
closest area that has it is Showcase Cinema Deluxe Legacy Place in Dedham. So it's where Spencer and
how far away from
everybody.
you is that?
It's about an hour and 10 minutes from me.
Yeah.
Well,
So
considering it's 20 hours of content as a percentage, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
so it starts
You
May
know,
the
to
3rd at
drive.
8 p.m. So basically, you're just
yeah.
a week.
So
They're doing it in a city in Southern Orange County here, and then they're doing it at the El Capitan in Hollywood, which if you have heard me talk about El Capitan, you
Mhm.
know that their seats are from like when the theater originally opened. They are the worst.
Oh,
And
man.
I can barely
20
sit through a
hours?
single movie in that theater, let alone 9.
Girl,
And
you're
then the
gonna get
tickets are
bed sores.
$135 for all 9 movies.
There's no
Oof.
way.
Which when you
Okay.
break down, at least here, when you break that down, it's so I mean it's an okay deal,
Yeah.
but if I could have got it and said, okay, I'm gonna pay $135, and I'll just go for 6.5 hours and watch the original trilogy, I would have been. I mean, that's where I was sort of on the fence. But for 135, I didn't really feel the need. So I'm sure it's
Mhm.
cheaper elsewhere, but El Capitan is, the Disney Showcase Theater, and they give you popcorn and
Oh,
soda
well, fuck me. You get popcorn.
It
I,
says it's sold out. It's at 8 and 8:05, and it's sold out in
at the
Dedham.
theater
So
by you
yeah,
for a marathon. Really?
for a
well,
marathon. Yeah.
that makes
Wow.
sense because this is one of those things that's an Instagrammable moment. I was
Yeah.
here when you
Yeah.
get your ticket, you get your popcorn, and whatever else. And there's definitely a communal aspect to this. I mean, look, people think we're
Yeah.
crazy for going to Celebration or any comic convention.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. If anyone wants to sit there in a theater for 20 hours and start with a Phantom Menace and
Yeah.
end with Rise of Skywalker, God bless all of you.
Mhm.
I have no interest in that. And I love Star Wars, as you guys know. It will be playing on TNT all day. You can have it on
Yeah.
in the background while you
Or put on
uh,
Disney Plus if you
vacuum.
don't want to deal with commercials.
Yeah,
Just do
yeah.
that.
that's my take on that. It's a lot of a lot. There's also some real things in theaters I really want to see. Like I still haven't seen Abigail, and that's on my list. And I have that license at work, so I need to go see that movie.
That
So
looks so
there's
creepy.
yeah, there are things to see in the theater as
Yeah,
well as like
20
kind of too much content on TV right now for me to like carve out 20 hours of
20
rewatching Star
hours and
Wars.
22 minutes. This
That's
is
crazy.
insanity.
That's not counting the breaks. So they're going to give you
But
a
you
couple
don't
breaks
even
in
get
between.
breaks. No, you don't. Because when I went and saw uh, Guardians of the Galaxy, their marathon,
You
your
just ran it
break is
straight through.
your break is the end credits.
Yeah, but that was only 3 movies. This is
Yeah, they
they gotta do
announced it.
something.
At least one of the ones here is going to be about 24 hours. So there'll be about 3.5 hours of breaks
Okay,
throughout the
Oh, good.
9 movies. So that's like a half hour in between each
that's
movie.
Oh,
great.
that's
And if you
good.
leave before episode 9, you get out 2.5 hours beforehand. Done. You're home in no time. Um, and by the way, speaking of anyone who does want like basically 20 hours of content, that's not the 9 movies. The other big thing happening on Saturday, and we'll talk about it a little more in depth later, is the Podathon. Which is the big fundraiser for Make a Wish. Spencer and I
Yeah.
are doing an interview on Saturday for the Podathon with Todd Vaziri, a visual effects artist from ILM, and we're very
Yeah.
excited to meet him. I've never met him before, but I've done my research and checked him out, and he seems really interesting. Worked on Rogue One and a bunch of other interesting stuff. So that's going to be really cool. It'll be pre-recorded, so we won't be live. We're actually doing the interview a little bit later this week, so we'll have our Saturday to actually be out and about. Once we find out like when that time frame will hit, we'll make sure to send that out to the group so you can tune in just for us, just for me and Spencer, and for Todd, obviously. But the whole podathon looks fantastic. There's so many really awesome podcasts involved and some really interesting guests that are going to be in there, including Greg Grunberg and a bunch of other behind the scenes people. So Saturday is going to keep us well fed for sure
Oh,
on the
yeah,
Star Wars front.
definitely.
So
Absolutely.
I have a question for the group because I'm not 100% sure about this, but is Friday the only day they're doing the Phantom Menace? Just the one day?
No,
Um,
it's coming up on here. Hold on one second. Boop, boop, boop,
because
boop.
I know Saturday is the one day only thing,
It's
or Friday into Saturday
it's
for
probably
the
depending on the theater, but it starts on Friday
It's
by
yeah,
itself
it's
yeah
Friday for 1 week only.
for a
So,
week.
one
Yeah, that
week
makes
yeah.
only. That's what it
so
is.
yeah,
Okay.
starts on Friday by itself. They'll have the screening throughout the week, and then they'll throw in that weekend of madness with the marathon.
Okay, that makes sense. Um, So, Sarah, I see your question about where to find the podathon. We will put up a link. We'll put it down here too, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, we'll put a link on the page of how to tune in live once it's all live and everything. Lucasfilm's actually like setting it up and organizing, which was very cool. I'm feeling very fancy, and I get to represent the network with Spencer, which is awesome. So, Virtual Cantina. It's not like me or me as a licensee or for Genuo Novo. This is the Virtual Cantina network interviewing Todd as part of the podathon. It just so happens that it's me and Spencer doing it.
That's awesome. I can't wait to watch that. It's gonna be good. I'm always into like behind the scenes stuff. So the more I can absorb and the more information I can get from people who have worked on things and been really groundbreaking with effects, sign
hmm
me up.
Yeah, and that's where I have to figure out what I can and can't ask because I have all these questions that are behind the scenes, and I'm waiting for like NDAs won't permit us to talk about some of that stuff. So, oh,
Would you like to
hey
see the
Mike,
list of my questions? Oh, hey,
yes.
Mike.
Um, yes, and I was here last week, but thank you for the welcome back. It does feel a little weird, um, just being off for a couple days or a couple weeks. Oh yeah, so here's some more details on the podathon, so and including some of the other participants. But the big thing is that we're all raising money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and weirdly, I was contacted by Podathon on behalf of, or from, I was contacted by the Podathon at my work email asking if Denuo Novo would make a donation. And so weirdly, Denuo Novo is also a sponsor, unrelated to my little segment. So we are doing a helmet giveaway
Oh,
because you can
wow.
actually like place bids on stuff. It's kind of like a silent auction where I
Yeah,
think
that's
you donate
rad.
like $10 and it's either a raffle. I forget the exact thing, but it's like, look, we want your money. Like we're raising money for Make a Wish people. Make a Wish. So,
Yeah,
which is a fantastic
definitely. That's
charity.
amazing.
And so Denuo Novo has ponied up with a customizable X-wing helmet, which is always very fun. I felt like that was a good one because like anyone could wear that and sort of make it their own, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Even if they didn't want to just use the stickers and they wanted to get creative and add some paint to it, and
Yeah,
just
paint it up.
make
Yeah,
it their
it's easy. It's
own.
lightweight. It's ABS plastic. Very wearable. So, yeah. So
You see how
weirdly enough,
good
I was
Mark looks in
the
those
the
photos, so
podathon was. Oh yeah, I look amazing in that helmet. I
you
will say,
do.
like, that helmet works for me. Like the
You
shape of
need
my
to
head, like
jump in
looks
an
right.
X-wing and blow shit
Yeah.
up. That's what you need to do.
The next thing is I have to get the suit in. So we're actually working on our final factory samples for our jumpsuit. So we have a
Oh,
collection of it's the Rebel Pilot orange jumpsuit, the
nice.
black Tie Pilot jumpsuit, which also works for other Imperial ranks and stuff, and then the gray Imperial Tech. So we have all three colors, and we're nearing the start of our production run on those because we had a it's how it's like finalizing the factory samples and everything, and it's like, oh, the
Mhm.
zipper and this thing and whatever
The
else. Once those are
stitching in
in
the
and I can
armpit. Yeah.
uh, the the stupid because it's done, remember, it's the 70s, and like no one thought we were going to make licensed product from this stuff 40 years later, 50 years later. um Unnecessary things that are not really pockets, like, why are these things there? This seems over designed, this seems pointless. And there it is, right? It's the whole thing with the hat. So if you look at Imperial officer hats, do they have 3, 4, or 5 rings of stitching? And the answer to that question is yes, because they're all different,
They're
because it's
all different.
1977. And so there's no consistency. What color is it? Who knows? It's some weird
Olive?
shade of green, and yeah, we call it olive gray. It's some weird green gray. I don't know where the fuck they found this color, but it is terrible. I mean, you guys have seen it in real life. It's a
Army
weird
Navy
color.
surplus store. Yeah, I actually had got
Wild.
one.
Yeah.
I forgot where I got it. I think I got it at Disneyland. It was like no, um, no, it was before Disneyland carried that stuff. But yeah, it's just one of those hats, and it's just like, okay, how does
Yeah.
this fit on
It's
my head?
weird.
Yeah, it's
Weird
like a weird
stuff.
surplus color. So yeah, definitely Mike.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, but yeah, our jumpsuits will be coming in. I don't want to
oh, I
say
can't wait.
soon because we still have to make them and then put them on the boat and they finally get here. But I'm very excited to get an orange jumpsuit for myself, along with a customizable X-wing for sure.
That's why the scrubs get it, Sarah. My boyfriend's ex-army, so that's why the scrubs get it.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about other things that are happening with licensed product because as I was saying, the De Novo sale is happening.
Go
That's
get
that's
yourself
running
some
now.
helmets.
So 10%
They're
off and
amazing.
free domestic shipping. I saw from Her Universe when I visited their site, most of their Star Wars stuff is like 20% off. So they have like a pretty good discount. I did also see that Hasbro just bumped one of their reveals that they were going to have planned for Saturday.
HasLab.
So I think it's just going to be later in the month. I think they'll still keep it in May, but I don't know what that HasLab is supposed to be. But I'm very excited to see it because I did back one of the more recent HasLab projects, which was the Ghost. So we'll see what's coming next. Anyone have any insider info on that?
I'm hoping it's the Marauder, as I said in the Rebels chat. Like they've already blown it up, so
Yeah,
R.I.P. Marauder.
they needed to put that up before it got blown up. That's the tricky part.
I know.
So, um,
Thankfully, knock on wood, they have not touched the ghost.
yeah,
Knock on
I
all
think
the
the
wood.
Ghost will keep flying for a while. That feels like a
Yeah.
Filoni. Like we're also, it was a
It's
house too.
Filoni's,
You
yeah,
know?
it's Filoni's version of the Millennium Falcon. It's
Yeah,
his
exactly.
Millennium Falcon. It's eternal. So don't blow it up.
And I
Ski
see.
Puckle is
I
here.
was gonna say Skip just joined the chat. Um, Thanks for joining, Skip.
Speaking of
Uh,
Millennium Falcons.
yes, Ski, as we've been calling you, Sherry. I'm cracking up over Ski. I told that to someone, and they were like, "Only Harrison Ford," and I was like, "Exactly. Anyone else would have asked or been like, this seems weird.
Have
Like,
you
whose
met him?
first name is Ski?" I've never met him. No, I've only heard of him, like truly. And
Like through
here's
the
the thing.
signings at Tops, even?
Yeah, because like his all of his signings were ever done at his house with the one agent who he deals with, and that's it. Like he's
Oh,
very
okay.
not that guy. Like he doesn't show up to things. Even in 2017, when he was there for like the big 40th anniversary panel, he didn't sign anything or stop for any press or any of that kind of stuff. Like he did the contractual whatever panel and he was on his way. But like, and by the way, I'm not saying that he's not polite or nice or any of that kind of stuff. That's in fact not the case. My understanding is that he's like quite delightful. It's that he actually like is annoyed by Star Wars because like Star Wars fans like us are too much for him. But if you ever watch him talk about Indiana Jones, like this light comes on inside of him. Have you ever seen like someone put up like a side by side of him answering questions about Star Wars and he just looks exhausted, and then you see him the slightest thing about Indiana Jones, and he's like a completely different person. Like,
So I know,
Yeah.
like, probably, like, a I don't know him personally, but there's, an Indiana Jones super fan, absolute super fan that I know, and he submitted a question about, Indiana Jones on Twitter, and Lucasfilm picked it for him to answer in, like, kind of like a press junket, and, he's like, I don't have a question. I just want to thank you for making these movies over the years. They mean so much to me." And he was getting teary eyed. He goes, "Thank you. They mean a lot to me too." And I'm like, "Is this the same
Oh,
guy? Is this
yeah.
the same guy that was breaking Han Solo hot toy on like
Yeah.
one of the late night shows?" Like, this is incredible. So you can tell it means a lot to him, and he's very indie. Like, indie just hits
Yeah.
a nerve with him in a way
Well,
that Han doesn't.
he's the face of that franchise, and like, he's number one on the call sheet, right? He
Yeah,
is Indiana Jones. He is the namesake of that. Star Wars has taken on a life of its own in a way that I think everyone in Star Wars is uncomfortable with. Like truly, I mean, Carrie hated it too. She just didn't say it the same way. She was like, "I'm mentally ill, and you people did this to me." Like it's really like I mean, and she was the best, right? But
yeah,
like Star Wars is a lot. It's a lot for people. And I can imagine being in it and being bombarded. Even if you are Stormtrooper number 7, like third from the left, like people will show up to your table and they have 45 things for you to sign and a story that you didn't want to hear. And it could be very overwhelming. And I remember managing signings in 2017 and 2019 where people would like visibly cry and like just so like we use the phrase now trauma dumping. That wasn't a phrase that was around like 6 or 7 years ago, but
yeah.
like and it's I can't imagine trying to take that in and then figure out how to interact with that person. How do you then turn that into an acceptable interaction between you and them while money is being exchanged and you're making sure the signature's right and is it in the right color and is it in the right spot and this and that. And then there are lots of other people who are just literally in it to flip for the money. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to it, and I give everyone who's an actor credit being at any convention, because it is physically and emotionally exhausting at every
As
turn.
as much as it now I've met Ewan twice now, and it's been kind of like a fast process for the autographed and the photo ops, but he seems to really enjoy it, and
Mhm,
that's why he keeps doing it, and he's like, "I get to hear things from the fans' point of view because a lot of people didn't like the prequels, a lot of people like" he said it with me when he signed my Doctor Sleep poster. He's like, "I had no idea people liked this movie until I started doing these, so
mhm,
thank you so much, it really means a lot." Because you don't get to hear from the fans' perspective when you're in, like, a box, the
yeah,
press junket box where they have to be careful what they say and you can't talk spoilers. You get the real fans' opinions about things. And that's totally awesome for some people, but some other people just it's like, okay, and they
mhm,
just leave. So yeah, it's cool that he has both sides of the coin when it comes to that. Yeah. Mike says, I sat next to Harrison at a radio drama. Callista Flockhart, who's Harrison's wife, Ally McBeal,
yeah,
was in
still
here.
together.
Yeah, still together at a small hall here at UCLA. Super friendly and nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I've
He-
heard that he is not just nice, but like proper and one of those like a handshake guy and just like
He's a guy's guy.
acknowledges you and like gives good eye contact, like the kind of stuff that just feels very like professional and all of that.
Yeah.
I think he has this like persona of being like the live action grumpy cat. Because that's also, like, really I think people find that really endearing too,
Yeah.
because Star Wars is exhausting for the average person, and I think if you're an average person, you relate to Han Solo the same way he was your way into the movie, right? Like, Han Solo's,
Hmm.
like, the everyman's way in to
Yeah.
the original trilogy.
Get off my
Yeah, it's very
plane.
good off my plane, if I can land it. I okay, quick story on Harrison Ford. I joined Topps in November of 2014. And for the timeline, this is important, right? Like they announced episode 7. We're working on all of our products. We were supposed to have a product coming out in um, uh, October of or August of 2015, right? Right before The Force Awakens. And we were getting stuff ready for it. There was going to be an on card autograph set called Chrome Perspectives, and then a sticker autograph set, The Journey to The Force Awakens. Harrison Ford was supposed to be in both of those. He crashed his plane that summer, that July or whatever it was, and he like landed on the golf course or whatever it was and hurt his arm.
Oh my
And all I
god.
could think is like, "Oh my god, I'm months on the job. Please don't let Harrison Ford die." Right? Like that's all I remember saying it out loud into the ether. I was like, "What do you mean he crashed his plane?" Because all I heard was he crashed his plane, not that. And
Yeah.
when you hear plane crash, it's
Scary.
like, "Oh, someone's dead." Like, so then we found out, oh, he's fine. He might lose
Yeah.
his pilot's license. The best part is he had to crash it a second time before they finally took the license away.
That was
Um,
right by my work. I was like a 5-minute drive from that golf course where he landed. It's actually on my way home.
I
Oh,
would
I
have
passed
no.
by
totally
there.
driven there. Yeah, I
So
would have been
yeah,
out there
well,
with the cards. Yeah.
it was like they had to block off streets and stuff just because of the accident, but also because of the celebrity. So
Yeah.
I
It's
was
Harrison
able to
Ford.
take my normal drive, jump out at a certain point, and take a little walk over to where, like, the fence next to where he had landed was, and get a couple photos. But he was long gone at
Landed.
that point.
Yeah. Well, that's
Well, he
awesome. I would
did.
have been
The
there.
plane was still in one piece, so I
Yeah.
was like, you did, I guess, enough.
Oh my god, that so Spencer, I don't remember that because 2017 celebration is something of a blur to me. But Warwick apparently saying during the 40th anniversary panel, asking Harrison Ford if he landed on I-9 in Orlando, that is messed up. Oh
Oh,
man.
Warwick.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh.
I gotta find that audio clip and make it my ringtone because that's funny. I can't believe I haven't heard that before. But
Yeah.
also, again,
Woo.
2017 celebration, I had a very different experience than I think a lot of other people. Things didn't go great during that celebration from a logistical perspective. So we were all just like scrambling behind the scenes. And the 40th anniversary panel was the reason. Like that ruined all of celebration for us. It
Oh.
was a disaster and a nightmare, and it ran super over and messed up a whole bunch
Oh,
of stuff.
Spencer says it's in the panel.
I'll have to watch that just to
Yeah.
get that little audio clip. But so Harrison Ford survived, thankfully, landed the plane, and then we didn't get him into Chrome Perspectives, but we got him as we put him in as a redemption because we knew we were going to have another signing for Journey to the Force Awakens and then into Force Awakens. And from there, we finally got him to sign, like, I don't know, 6 months later. It went on and on, but it was the kind of thing where I was like, is he healed? Is he alive? Is he going to sign autographs? I was having like a panic attack
Oh,
because he had just signed
sorry.
for us earlier in the year for Masterwork. So he was like a recurring regular signer. And then he's still in Topps product, by the way. I still keep up with what goes on at Topps, and they still seem to have pretty much everyone who's at least still alive from the original trilogy, like kicking and signing
Cool.
stuff, which is good.
And I'm back working on their sets too. So
Yeah, that's exciting.
yeah.
Yeah. I know it's a weird structure now with the new sketch card
Yeah,
process and
but
all
you
that.
know
So
what? It's just a way to keep making licensed stuff. So
yeah, and
I'm
get your name out there. I
yeah.
think that has a lot to do with it too. It's like you're in stuff. So Ashley, I mentioned what I'm doing for May the 4th. I know you said you have work in the morning. What's your plan for the afternoon once you're out for the day? Once you're free for the day, what is the May 4th attack plan?
So like I said, I really want to see Phantom Menace at some point. Like it's not my favorite because I don't like Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon. And poor Obi-Wan holding him. Oh, it just wrecks me every time. But yeah, I'm excited about seeing that. Like I said, I want to see Tales of the Empire. I cannot wait for Tales of the Empire. I cannot wait for Tales of the Empire. But I'm probably still going to be in denial about whatever happens on Bad Batch. So
Mm,
that will be my also mental health day and just kind of see
mhm.
what's going
Bad Batch
on.
therapy. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the chat, are you guys okay? Because I'm not okay. It'll just be one of those things. So again, I'm really excited, and it's gonna be fun. Like no matter
Yeah.
what happens, it's gonna be fun. I know that I've seen on Shop Disney that they're gonna have Sabine Wren's Force Effects lightsaber
Ooh.
being available at on Shop Disney. I don't know if they're going to be putting out any legacy saber for it, but it did have the Firebird logo, so I'm just like the Phoenix Squadron logo. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay, it could either be Sabine's Force Effects or it can be something else. So we'll see.
Nice. Well, that's another good merch drop.
Oh, and the
Um,
Sabine Wren doll, like the collectible doll, is available. So it looks like
oh,
Natasha
perfect.
Lou Bordizzo. Really cool. Will be great with Hera, the Mary Elizabeth Winstead Hera.
Mhm.
So
And
exciting.
Rosario's Ahsoka. You got
Yeah,
the trio right there.
yeah,
Well, those are some awesome ladies.
they are.
I still wish we had a little more like proper Rebels
I
merch. That's the
know.
one thing. But like, if Ahsoka can give us those characters from Rebels, even if it's in the Ahsoka look, I'm willing to go for it.
And
Um,
I have to say, like, C2E2 this past weekend, honestly, was like the dream. So the only person that was missing was Taylor because he's filming uh,
mm,
the whole SNL
yeah,
1975
that's a
thing.
big get for him. Did we
He,
even talk about that? You guys mentioned it
no,
when I was away, right?
no, we didn't. I forgot. So actually, no, I think we did. We might have, but Yeah. So Taylor Gray is playing Al Franken, young Al Franken, who was a cast member in SNL before he was a comedian. Well,
That's
he was
gonna
a
be
comedian
awesome.
and a senator. So he's playing him, and he's filming right now. So, but they had Steve Bloom, which, by the way, it is his birthday today. So happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Steve!
Steve.
Legendary guy, sweetheart. Got to meet him and his wife Mary at least once. So I would love
Mhm.
to see them again. So he was there. They had Tia Sircar was there. Vanessa Marshall was there. Freddie showed up. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Which is
Also,
amazing.
which is amazing. And Lars Mikkelsen. They had Thrawn there for the very first
That's
time.
awesome.
But you get two Mickelsens at one con. So Lars and Mads, who played Galen Erso in Rogue One, as we know. He was also there, so you definitely get your full of Star Wars at C2E2, and I'm like, why? Why is it that I leave these Midwestern cons
Yeah.
and they finally show up? So I'm just Boston, Rhode
Mhm.
Island, please,
It
please.
seems like they're doing the rounds because
Yeah,
Rebels is definitely experiencing a spike in popularity at the moment, which is great.
yeah,
So it seems like they're all booked and blessed, as we would say, and they're able to monetize their appearances. Otherwise, they wouldn't still be doing this. And they
yeah.
keep getting brought to events.
And
I mean,
it's the
yeah,
10th anniversary of Rebels, so they had the 10th anniversary reunion panel,
yeah,
and
it's very
like
cool.
like I said, to have Thrawn there is just
Hmm.
amazing.
And
Um,
Lars and Freddie will pull in the casuals and the people who need them to finish stuff, like, and also all the other voice actors that you mentioned have anime and all these other credits. So even if you didn't know Steve Bloom from Rebels, you've heard him in so many other properties.
Cowboy
Yeah.
Bebop, Bob from Toonami, the little robot, so many other things, like random
Is he in
stormtroopers and
Samurai
rebels.
Jack too? Like he's in a ton of stuff.
No,
Yeah.
that's Phil LaMarr, but,
Oh, yeah. See, this is what
he
happens. I confuse all my who's and what.
definitely been in a ton of anime. He's, Wolverine and Wolverine and the X-Men.
Mm.
If he likes that snarly guy type, just amazing voice actor, so happy birthday, Steve. We love you, we adore you, and we're glad you're. Oh, and he's also mocap Zeb Aurelios in The
Yep, and
Mandalorian.
Ahsoka, so you can get him to sign your. Oh, you're a Mandalorian poster, you're right, not Ahsoka. See, this is
Yeah.
the thing. I get, and the in the Filoniverse, we could get a Filoniverse poster, and then we're set. Uh,
There needs to
but
be
yeah,
one. There probably will be one for, like, ooh,
yeah, get them to sign that. Galaxy's Most Wanted. Here's the Filoniverse, done and done. We can make
just
our own.
saying. Yeah, we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Um, Mike says that Sarah says that we need more Rebels merch. Mike says
Hmm.
he did get the Rebels 3 3/4 merch when it came out. I have a couple of those. Plus some of the 1/6 scale figures as well. Oh yeah, when those went up for Ahsoka, like all the hot toys, I was on it. I just need to get Ahsoka the White, Thrawn, and maybe Captain Enoch. I'm kind of on the fence with him because I don't really do the bad guys, but Thrawn is
Hmm.
legendary, so I have to.
I
But
feel like I found something recently, and now I don't know where it is. You know, when we were cleaning and we're trying to get rid of stuff, we're always trying to get rid of stuff. It's like a constant cycle over here. And I swear I found something Rebels oriented, and I was like, oh, I have to remember to do something with that, and then I didn't. Um, so you know how that goes.
oh
It's the
yeah,
ADD nonsense over here, and yeah, I'll look for it. But I think I have a piece of Rebels merch. What an exciting story, everyone.
yeah.
Um, but
So
yeah, we
it's
need more Rebels merch. Yes.
we do, and it's exciting because it's con season. More and more people are being announced. They just announced Ming Chu. Ming, I think that's how you say her last name. She's a stunt woman during Ahsoka. Um,
This is for Rhode Island Comic Con, right?
yeah, so this will be at
Yeah.
Rhode Island. They announced her at Star Wars Week, so she was the first guest that they announced for that. So that means we will be seeing our friend Justin once again in Rhode Island, and that's also exciting. And the week's not over yet, so we'll see
Mhm.
who else is coming.
So for everyone keeping tabs on Rhode Island Comic Con, we talk about it on the show quite a bit for a couple reasons.
It's
One,
amazing.
it is basically the silver medal event of the VCN meetups. So celebration would obviously be the gold medal event. And then maybe say I wouldn't. I actually the one in Rhode Island's bigger than San Diego Comic Con. We had
Definitely.
easily 40 people at the one this year, or in
Yeah.
2023, the most recent one in November. And there are always a ton of Star Wars guests at Rhode Island Comic Con. It's also central to Spencer and Ashley, and I always go up there. Dave made it one year. We got to get Jeff on a plane out here, but Jeff's at every event
Skip and
on the West
Bridget
Coast.
came last
So
year.
Too
yeah,
far.
yeah,
Liberty
it's
came
very, very
last
far.
year.
We had so many
Yeah.
visitors who came from out of state. It was awesome. Kathy was
So good.
there, Liberty. Yeah, it was Jen. It was such a good time.
Ski.
And we'll be doing it again. Yeah, ski. Uh, and we had dinners and we had lunches and we walked around. We luxuriated. I did all my autographs in day one, and I was like, oh, I got nothing to do and just time to spend with quality time to spend with friends. And
Yeah.
dressed up and acted ridiculous. So we will do that
What
again
you
this
do.
November. I believe it's the first weekend of November in
Yeah.
2024. And this whole week, Rhode Island Comic Con is announcing their Star Wars guests, because this week is Star Wars week for everyone. It's turned into like an international, what I'm calling a fiasco, because even like the pirates are in on it. I got a targeted ad for some company that is definitely not making licensed product, but is obviously making like Star Wars knockoff jackets and stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? So I had to send that over to Lucasfilm. I was like, these are really cute. I want one. But I obviously it's a pirate. So it's crazy. Yes,
Yeah.
Ming Q was announced today, the stunt woman. She's also in um Obi-Wan Kenobi as one of the Jedi.
Yep, yep. She's awesome. Oh, and D. Bradley Baker will also be there.
Which is
So,
great because I need to add him to my Rebels poster. He's on
yes.
something else that I have. He signed my Resistance poster, um,
And
which
Giancarlo Esposito, he was their one of their Breaking Bad guests, but
yep,
obviously he's a Star Wars guest too.
yeah,
So,
yes, Mike, good catch. I've got Hicks over here. Where is he? He's being
Hixie,
ridiculous. Here, I'll pick him up. All right, Hicks, you're gonna get picked up, and mwah, I'm gonna put you on camera for a second. Oh, say hello. Oh my God, you're so big.
chonky
Do.
boy.
There he is. He's like,
This-
no, I don't like this.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
pick
god,
you
I
up.
got
Hold you like
okay,
this.
so completely unrelated side note. I was driving on the highway like on 195 and I was coming out of the next city over from me and I saw a black cat, probably like Hixie, maybe a little less big, walking on the side of the highway.
Oh my God,
I
yeah.
was terrified. I'm like, "Oh my god, there's a bunch of houses in the woods behind there." And I was just like I'm like on Messen like I pulled over and I was on Messenger with like the pet detective and I'm like, "Oh my god, please someone put this on there, make sure people
Yeah, get
have
this
their
cat.
cat because
I
he's
know he's
walking
gigantic.
the line in the breakdown lane on the highway and I'm like, "Oh my god, cat, no." "Hixie, you're so beautiful. Your little white belly."
Ah! He wants to go down now. You can see him biting.
Yeah, he's
He's
like,
like, that's enough. Here, get back on your pillow. He's
"Snacky
right over there.
snack."
He's being very good.
He's a very good boy.
Yeah, he needs too much love and attention. And because I've been home most of the day, yeah, they get extra. It's weird when you're there. They get extra needy.
Yeah. But if you try to pet him, it's like, "Oh, no, I don't need you anymore.
Yeah,
Sorry."
only on their terms. They want it like right now when they want it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're both pretty good. In terms of like, especially when I'm in here, they come to say hello, and that's pretty much it.
Aw. Yay.
What else did I want to make sure we talked about on our May the 4th extravaganza? We want to remind everyone that, like, obviously, this is like a week-long celebration at Lucasfilm and across all the licensees and here on the network at the Virtual Cantina specifically. And May the 4th is really the end date for all of it. Like the 4th, you'll see a lot of events and stuff, but for the most part, like licensees like me, like at Denuo Novo, all of our discounts and everything end on May the 5th. Like it doesn't continue. Like there are things like the Phantom Menace thing that's going to go throughout. I think you said it's a week, and then the marathon is it goes the next day. And there are some things that'll happen later in the month of May because of the anniversary of like the original launch of A New Hope. But um, for the most part, like May the 4th is the final day of the celebration. So all week there'll be stuff happening
Yeah.
from most of the licensees.
We're so
Um,
spoiled.
I know it's a lot.
It's great.
Hasbro Pulse on Friday. Um, is that what they said, that they're delaying their reveal to Friday?
Yeah. It just said when they posted the statement, it was not
It was
set
just
in stone.
delayed. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be after May the 4th. Yeah, Mike, I'm wearing the Big A Explosion shirt right now. So one of the things we coined. I think that was from our special Pride episode, which we'll have to
Yeah.
do another one this year too.
Yep.
There's some new gay stuff in Star Wars. I was watching, so the canon update that I was talking about from Star Wars Explained. Um, Alex was saying in the April canon update, there's like a comic this month where there's two gay characters and they're like trapped on a planet for like a whole year. And I was like, wait, who, where, what? It's all High Republic because I'm not keeping up. So apparently the gayest part of the saga, I don't know what's going on in, and they're gonna make me read. Is what I'm hearing.
Jamie will be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phil
Who's this?
Mack and Tay Sarek.
Now we're just
Ooh.
making things up. All right. Like first, wait, they kissed
It
too.
was a smoochins.
Oh, all right. Who knew?
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike posted a panel from the
Oh yeah.
the things, and it showed them kind of in
Oh.
lip lock, as it were.
Oh
Noise.
boy, look at that. In the year 2024, things are moving. Um, I was telling someone like, we always think we're in modern times, right? But like 50 years from now, it's going to be like the Stone Age. Unlike like all things, right? Like things are always moving forward. And I was talking about my husband and I are going to be together 20 years this June,
Wow.
and it was June of 2004 when we met. Like there weren't smartphones. Like we didn't meet on the apps
Yeah,
because
I
there
had a
were
flip
no
phone
apps.
then.
You
Yeah.
know, we you know we
So
couldn't get married because we didn't even think about getting married, right? Like so much has changed, and so it's nice to see because I know that there's pride issues of DC and Marvel for their comics, but there isn't like a Star Wars pride issue or anything, and I couldn't even name 5 characters, and I always joke about the pig and the chicken. So
well,
it's
like
cool that there's like
yeah,
2
but there's
actual
also
men.
like Vel and I
Mhm.
cannot remember her girlfriend's name in
Right,
Andor.
and that's the point. They're like
Yeah.
supporting background characters, the rando lesbians who are in one
Yeah.
episode, and they don't even kiss. Like,
Oh.
so I'm like, yeah,
Bye,
we figured
Peter.
it out, but like, you know,
Yeah.
this is the True Blood thing all over again. I was True Blood came up weeks ago or whatever it was, and reminded me of this thing where someone was saying there wasn't enough LGBTQ representation or gay representation. They weren't using all the letters on TV, and someone was like, "Oh, well, True Blood is very like queer and this, and it's a great metaphor." And he's like, "I don't need to see a metaphor. I need to see actual gay people on my television." And I was like, "Yes, exactly." So it's the kind of thing where I'm like glad to see actual gay people.
Uh, let's see. They
All
said
right, so what's going on with the story with Mike? I missed it.
Samantha Aline
We
sent
love
Mike a
Sam.
video with Kayvon Scott saying you're welcome for that panel. Yes. And in addition to the video, I FaceTime with Samantha, who introduced me to Kayvon, and now he's following my account too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's awesome to hear. And that's what I love about the Star Wars universe. Like people do things like that for each other. I know if I say I
Yeah.
like something, someone will message me something about it. Or if I do the same thing where I will give recommendations to people of what I think you should read or watch or this and that. Like fans will go out of their way. People send me, you'll get merch and or swag, I guess. Swag. I've always got swag over
Baggage.
here. Can't see any of this stuff. Like we're good at taking care of each other, which is what I
Yeah.
like about this community and this network.
Also,
Which
like
you know,
it was really sweet because Julie Dolan started me following me back on Instagram and she sent me a
yes.
message. I love
Mhm.
her.
I know she's the
And
best.
Henry Gilroy, the godfather of Lothcats himself, was following me on Instagram now, and I'm like, "Yay! I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you when you came by my table in San Diego, but you my
We've got to get
Lothcat
him
did."
on the show before
I
our show
know.
ends.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god,
actually do
yeah.
another reach out to people and see if we can get a few more guests before we close out the show.
Yeah. Oh, that'd
Um,
be exciting.
And before I forget, as we talk about closing out the show, we still have a couple months to go. We're making our way
Yeah.
through season 4 slowly before we
Slowly.
transition over to Clone Wars. Um, Next week is our Bad Batch finale recap, which we're very excited about to cry. And, it's going to be that thing where it's like, I can do it with a broken heart. That'll be the theme
Yeah,
song
that'll be
for that
us.
episode. Yeah. I cry a lot, but I'm so productive. So
It's an
that'll be us on
art.
Monday. It is an art. So we will bring all of our Taylor Swift puns and pain and suffering to that episode.
Lights,
Uh,
camera, smile, bitch.
exactly. I always hit my mark. And so it's sad. It's crazy how well we know this album and know these lyrics already
Oh my
as
god, it's
true bona
nonstop in
fide
my
Swifties over
car.
here.
I had to
Yeah.
get that 31 songer and just rock out to it.
I hope everyone is listening to the new Taylor Swift album because of what's going on in the pop culture. I think like this album
Banger.
is just it's my favorite of the year so far.
Now,
The
I've
big
been a f
version, the
I've
the
been a fan
anthology
of
with 31.
yeah, I've been a fan of the 1975 for several years now, and knowing that she had not only that she had a thing with Matty Healy, but, like, a thing enough to write, like, an entire album about it with Matty Healy, and
Mhm.
it's just like, "Wow, okay." But her songs about Travis are adorable, and I love them, and
Oh,
they're
the
my
Alchemy.
favorites. The Alchemy, what's the other one?
There's a high school one, So High School
So
or
High
something.
School, yes, those
Yeah.
are my 2 favorite songs on the album.
Alchemy is one of my top favorites. So sorry to
So
turn this
sweet.
into a Taylor Swift little
That's what we
salon
do.
for a minute, but
Yeah,
the album is spectacular, and you have to get the big version, the anthology as it's
Anthology.
called, because it actually strays away from the Joe Alwyn stuff and gets you more into the Matt Healy stuff, and as Ashley mentioned, the Travis stuff. Um, and it's a little
Which I
more
love.
varied in terms of the musicality because it's not all Jack Antonoff producing those songs. Like on the anthology, it's more of a split with different producers and different
Yeah,
songwriters working with her. So it gives you a little more fluctuation in terms of the type, like the melodies, the harmonies, the writing style, the lyrics, like everything. Just it just feels more like
and I love
diverse.
yeah, her song with, like, Florence and the Machine is, like,
Oh yeah, that
banger,
Florida song is nuts. Yeah.
absolute banger, and it's like, yeah, this is totally Florida.
Yeah. Um, for everyone who might not who's literally living under a rock, she has the number 1 through 14 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 this week. 1 through 14. That's never happened. And she's only there's like it's rare that like anyone takes up multiple slots, but like she did it. She took over the top 10 already when Red came out as the
Mhm.
re-release, and now she's got the top 10 again with this album. So she's done it twice. She now has 59 songs that have hit the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. By the way, I know the rules have changed on all these charts over the past 100 years, so you can't compare her to the Beatles or Elvis or even Madonna or
No.
Mariah Carey. Like the chart rules change all the time because of the way
Right.
music changes, and streaming obviously plays a very big role in her career, where it has like no impact on like literally the Beatles and Elvis, Madonna, whoever. It's very different, but like these numbers are insanity. Like no one's doing this. She moved like 2 million copies of that album in week 1. It's
Two and a
unreal.
half million in week 1.
Unreal.
So
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Mike,
But
I'm loving the anthology. So, maybe we'll do a little Taylor Swift discussion at some point.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Um
have to. They're so cute. Yeah, girl power through the ages, absolutely, Sarah.
yeah.
Um,
She's a younger millennial, and so I identify with her tremendously. Um yeah, and I think she people keep saying she's the voice of a generation, and she really is. Like I don't want to I hate to because it always feels like we're overhyping, but like she and Beyonce like rule the pop culture right now. I don't think anyone else matters.
and Beyonce's in the Mufasa with her daughter Blue
Oh
Ivy. So
shit. I didn't realize that.
she plays well in the Lion King, the
Yeah.
live action Lion King, she
Yeah.
played
She was
Nala.
Nala, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So she plays Nala again in this one, and their daughter Blue Ivy plays Kiara. Which if you've
Really?
watched
No.
like the Lion Guard,
I
you
did not
know
realize. Okay.
that yeah, so Kiara is Simba and Nala's cub, and
Yep.
that's her first acting role,
Oh,
and
good for
so
her.
yeah, it's gonna be good. And they had like John Connie, who is King T'Chaka in the MCU,
Mhm,
T'Challa's father. He's Rafiki, so they had him doing like the overview of Mufasa's life in the trailer. It's really good.
mhm. I was
Um,
gonna say the trailer just came out today, and I
yeah,
missed it, so I haven't
It's
watched it
it
yet.
doesn't really give away a lot other than the, like, Mufasa was an orphan and he grew up to be king, and it was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, how does that work out?" Okay, so I guess we'll learn that, and then you see
Will it
Timon and
be an
Pumbaa out
earned
of nowhere.
king? So democracy. Yay.
Democracy,
Yeah.
yay! So, I'm excited about that, but back to Taylor Swift, of course, back to Taylor
All
Swift.
roads lead yeah.
Yeah, honestly, she's doing so much, and she's doing a phenomenal job, and I never imagined myself a Swiftie, but her song when it came out the first time, her song 15 off of Fearless was exactly how my 15-year-old self was.
Mhm,
So it was like the first Taylor Swift song I downloaded. I went through a divorce. Her song Better Man, granted it was by Little Big Town, recording it, but she did her from the vault version later.
Mhm.
Like she has found ways to speak my life, and I'm loving it. So
Yeah.
yay, Tay Tay!
There's something for
I applaud
everyone.
you.
So
Yeah,
if anyone wants to drop their favorite Taylor Swift song in the comments, just one. Um, my favorite is "Clean" from 1989. It's co-written by Imogen Heap. Imogen is one of my
love
all-time
Frau
favorite artists.
Frau. I love
Yeah.
Frau Frau.
Yeah, I've seen Imogen in concert multiple times. She always does Let Go. It is a must play on her
I
list
love that
because,
song.
you know, yeah, I mean, Frou Frou was one of those things where, like, when the Garden State soundtrack, people forget when the Garden State soundtrack came out, it was cool. Don't let anyone gaslight you into
So
thinking
cool.
it was not cool. It was cool at the time, and then we kind of grew up and we are like, oh, this
And
is
then she did
ridiculous.
that
But
solo song for the Hills soundtrack when the Hills came out on
yeah,
MTV.
hide and
She had
seek,
no,
and
she had,
then
Loose Ends on that soundtrack.
oh
So,
yeah, yeah, and Good Night and Go is a big single.
yeah.
She's just been there. I mean, she had a song on the Hero soundtrack called
Mhm.
Not Now But Soon. Like she's been and she actually scored Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway or on the West End. Um, and so that check cleared long before the problems with JK. So, but yeah, All Too Well, great choice, Mike.
Yeah.
The 10-minute version is iconic now because of the film and the fact that we all know it's Jake Gyllenhaal. And as I joke all the time, if I even met Jake Gyllenhaal, it would become my entire personality. So I understand that going out with this man for 3 months turns into, an
Now,
album, a TV
okay,
show, a
she
movie.
she dated Matty Healy for 3 months too.
Oh, no,
So
less than that. I want to talk about this for a second. So,
okay.
what happened
Okay.
is when she broke up with Joe, he was the rebound guy, and she had a manic episode because she is bipolar. And so, this is all like news to everyone, right? Because she hasn't talked about her mental health diagnoses. Why would she? Like, but like every millennial, she's overworked, overstressed. She did it to herself. Like, she boxed herself into that corner, has to succeed, and then had a manic episode, and then literally fell in love with her situationship, which how many of us have been there, right? Where it's like she's getting married and he's like, maybe I'll call her back. Like that's the disconnect. And so that's an album like that. And by the way, that's a way more interesting album than the guy you're with for 6 years that like they slowly
That
grow
was
apart.
yeah, that
That's
was
just
Midnights
sad.
though. That was
Yeah.
Midnights. So
Yeah,
we got that
exactly.
on Midnights. That's
Yeah.
fine.
She made that one song, You're Losing Me. And I was like, oh, there you go. That's your behind the music. So it's the kind of thing where there's so much lore built in, but like the Matt Healy shit is funny because like she literally fell in love with someone she barely knew. It was crazy. And then it turns out he's like a racist and all sorts of problematic. And she's so blinded by whatever
His
that
dad
she
is
was
a
like,
pretty famous British actor too.
I guess I don't know a thing about him. I didn't know
Yeah.
anything about the 1975. I looked at him and I was like, we're writing an album about this man. Like he's not that good looking. Got to be
Jehovah's
honest.
Witness too, like she
No, if
said.
we're gonna
But
start ranking the hotness of Taylor's boyfriends, he's near the bottom. Like, I mean, there's no two ways about it. Like, I don't
yeah.
think he's the least fuckable one for sure. So, I, I don't get it. But,
Hey,
uh,
we all go through the things where we fall in love with the spirit instead of falling in love with the looks, and that's
or
fine. Or
the
she's been
circumstance. It's the
ex-
circumstance. He was probably very exciting compared to Joe Alwyn, who
yeah,
seems like a drip.
when
Like,
when you've been made to be now when you're an extrovert and you're out there and you want to feel like you're appreciated and that your loved one is like in love with you and wants to show you off, and you're just kind of getting rushed into cars and everything's a secret, you just kind of feel like horrible. So
mhm,
I totally do not blame her, totally do not blame her for wanting to get out of that, because you can only do that for so long
yeah.
before like you realize that's not who you are.
Mike
And
is asking the right question over here. Was she drunk the whole time? She
oh
was. She was having a manic episode, so
no,
similar,
she
right?
she was out of the box. As she said, she was out of the box. She was free. She was fresh out the slammer.
Yeah.
It was literally fresh out the slammer,
We've all
and
had that good
and
rebound guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
or in
There's
my
nothing like
case,
a rebound guy,
but yeah,
man. Yeah. But
yeah. But
you
I'm
can't
good
fall in
now.
love with the rebound. You're
You
supposed to
never
throw
fall
them
in love with
away.
her. No,
Yeah.
I
All
I,
right.
I
That's our
learned my
takeaway. That's
lesson,
the pull.
and I think Taylor learned her lesson too, because Travis is A plus,
Yeah.
A plus,
So can we make that the pull
and
quote
he
of the
loves her.
episode? Do not fool around. Do not fall in love with your rebound guy. So yeah. Oh yeah. He's so the kill. Yeah. Actually, I mean, isn't
I love
Joe the
this
kill and
discussion.
Well, here's the real thing. I mean, isn't Joe the kill and isn't Maddie the fuck, right? Like that's the real tea. And then it turns out Jason Kelsey, the one you think, like he's going to be
Travis,
the Mary. He's going to be
Travis,
this world makes no
not
sense. We're
Jason.
obviously in the stupidest timeline. By the way, the greatest meme, and I swear we'll stop talking about Taylor Swift because one, we're over time, and two, we have other topics. Um, the meme of him typing, it was going to be Travis Kelsey Googling Aristotle, and it was ERES space Toddle, TODDLE. And I was cracking up and I was like, yes, because she name dropped Aristotle and he knows football or whatever. And him trying to Google who that was just made me laugh so hard.
It's very
Meanwhile,
cute. I love that.
he's very smart in
He
his
is very
field.
smart.
That's the thing. It's like he's brilliant at
Yeah.
football. And so for people to think that he's a stupid man makes me angry because it's like he has a specialty and a skill. He doesn't know philosophy and songwriting because he's not a songwriter. Like he's not a dumb man though. Like he went to
Right.
college and he knows the ins and outs of like a very intricate, complicated game that I know nothing about. So
But
I am never going to
yeah.
think that this man is dumb.
But they just work because it's like, okay, he appreciates her, he protects her, he wants her to show her off, he wants her to live
Yeah.
her life, he
He's not
supports
threatened
her.
by her
No, he's not.
more
They're
than
both at
anything
the
else.
top of their game. Like, their
Yeah.
families love each other. That's all that matters. Let the
Yeah.
girl be happy. Like, outwardly
Exactly.
happy, not
Yes,
happy
please.
away
I
from the
want her
cameras in a hotel room somewhere.
I
No.
want her to be so happy that she makes like a Kylie Minogue-esque dance album. That's the next play. And it needs to
Yeah.
be not with Jack Antonoff. I will agree with those reviews that it's like we need a new producer, please. I'm not saying Calvin Harris, but one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs is the Calvin Harris song that she wrote with him for Rihanna. The
This is
This Is
what
What
you
You
came
Came
for?
For. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So, but yeah. So yeah, Sarah Aristotle. Aristotle. I'm gonna type it out so everyone can see.
No, Sarah
It was
spelled
the
it.
meme.
It's right.
No, the way it was spelled in the meme. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So anyway, all right. On finishing up on Star Wars over here because it is May the 4th week. Yes, a Taylor Pradam would be great. We one outside of Star Wars, we want to remind everyone. So it's actually this week that the X-Men '97 three-part finale kicks into high gear. It was last week's episode was called Bright Eyes, and it was like the setup for the three-part finale. Tolerance is Tolerance is Extinction is the name of the three-part finale. It starts this Wednesday. So while you're crying over Bad Batch, tilt on over to X-Men, where we are promised we're going to get even more traumatized in the next three
Why?
episodes. They just put up
Why?
another trailer for the finale of the season. So we have 3 more weeks. So the 15th will be the finale day for X-Men '97, which is very exciting. And
Sarah,
then
I haven't seen that yet. I'm still like a week behind, so I haven't watched the last episode of The Bad Batch either, because work has been lame. But
mhm,
I'm, oh, I'm not
yeah,
ready. I'm
it's
not ready.
3 episodes, so
Ugh.
one each week. So we'll be able to check in each week on our show about the finale of X-Men. Because here we go, we're in the end game now, as they would say. And
Mhm.
then I just started watching Fallout. I know I'm a little
Yeah,
behind
me
on that,
too. I'm on the third
and
episode. I just finished the
I'm
third
Great,
episode.
great series. All 10 episodes or whatever it is
I
really
are they
good.
know
all out?
nothing
And
about the game. I know
I didn't.
absolutely nothing about the game.
I knew very little of the game, but the show stands well enough alone. I think
Oh yeah,
that you
I'm
can get
enjoying
into
it.
it and enjoy it, and not worry about
Yeah.
the nuances of the game that are involved. But if you know the game at all, there's a lot of really fun things
Yeah.
in there as well that
See,
I've
I know nothing
heard
about the
people
Yeah,
talk
my
game.
about.
boyfriend's a huge fan of the game. He loves playing it.
And
He's
just
been like
gaming in
hardcore.
general, I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
Easter eggs in there as well
Oh
too.
yeah.
So
Like if you have like the big crazy blaster guns that you find in locations and you pick it up and you're like, is this necessary? Oh well, let's kill a beast with it. It's like that. Oh yeah. John mentioned Dead Boy Detectives. So I saw, and it's been spoiled for me because I wanted to watch it. And I know it's in the game inverse. I know Neil co-created it. Um, you see the realm of despair
Hmm.
from the Sandman, and Death, Kirby Howell Batiste, makes a cameo in this.
Oh, I love
So
her.
shared universe, and I love like the advertising that they have for it, where it's like, we know you're waiting for the Sandman season 2, but make sure you watch this because
So
the
I
Sandman is
didn't
coming. Be patient.
I didn't see that one, but I did
Yeah,
see their trailer, which is a bit of a theme with trailers now, where they take a very popular song and sort of slow it down. And
yeah,
it's My Chemical Romance, "Welcome to the Black Parade."
yep,
Love them. I love MCR. I've seen them in
yep.
concert numerous times. Love that song. Love that whole album.
Hmm.
But yeah, Dead Boy Detectives, that trailer sold me. So that is next on my watching
Yep.
list.
The comic was
Along
great. I'm excited.
I've never read the comics. So this is another one where it's like I don't know the source material for Fallout or for Dead Boy Detectives, but I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
and get into this pop culture. So, but
sweet.
one other thing coming up that we want everyone to be aware of is the Rebels Revisited episode 100 is just a couple episodes away. We're 3 away. Where this is episode 97 right now, so
Can you
we are making
believe?
our way to episode 100. We're trying to figure out exactly how we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna do something but if you guys have any ideas, any recommendations, anything you want us to see us do on episode
Yeah,
100, I can't believe it's 100 episodes. Um,
100
yeah,
kids.
the Unifying Force, which is the longest running show on the network because they're every other week, just hit episode 66. So very exciting for us to be hitting 100 episodes. And we still have more to go before then. We get ready to turn over to Clone Wars. We had a couple other announcements that we wanted to make sure we hit before we sign off for tonight. I know we're over time, related to the family vacation and some guest announcements. So we have a couple new guests that we just announced who will be attending the signings. First up are Kevin and Tracy. Kevin and Tracy Thompson,
Thompson.
our Ewok crew over here. You guys know
He walks
Kevin.
in the house.
Yeah, he
Love
is
him.
a VCN Hall of Famer, and his
Mhm.
fantastic wife Tracy. They'll be there on Boonta Eve special edition, which is very exciting.
Yeah. So, at the Galaxy's Most Wanted Special Edition at Biggs in Fullerton, California, just outside of Anaheim, we are going to have. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, we have one more
One more
announcement, and
announcement. Sorry, I'm just making sure.
yep, there we
It's
go.
John
John gets
Goodson.
yeah.
So he is a model maker, prop designer for ILM, and as you can see, he created the Razor Crest. He created Ahsoka ship. You can see the Enterprise in the background. That man is amazing.
He worked on Moff Gideon's light cruiser there in the middle.
Yeah, you can see that.
He's got a really laundry list of credits for this show.
Yeah. And so he'll be at Biggs and Fullerton, Ireland's 3-2 Boonta Eve Special Edition creators of the Star Wars universe in San Francisco. Um, let's see.
Yeah,
Sarah
we don't
says,
have any.
"Oh,
Do we have any new signers to announce for them?
that one." Yeah.
I don't think we
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
Those were the two new ones. So
Okay.
Kevin and Tracy, I believe,
Yep.
was on Friday, and John was this today.
So
Excellent.
if you guys went to a Celebration Anaheim and you got to see all those little models of Moff Gideon's light cruiser, the Razor Crest, Ahsoka ship, that was all John. So they look so cool in person, and I'm just really excited that you guys will get to talk with him and kind of pick his brain a little bit. And Sarah says, "Ah, my Razor Crest." I know, girl. We get it. Every time we love something, they blow it up. So
It's so
don't touch
true.
the ghost,
Yeah,
Filoni. I'm telling you.
and as
Spencer.
Spencer is saying, oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Spencer says we have announcements Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week. So more to come, guys.
Yeah,
Stay tuned and make sure you get your tickets before tomorrow at noon Eastern. If you want to go meet all these wonderful people, have all these fantastic experiences that you won't be able to have anywhere else.
yeah, it's going to be a fantastic trip. And of course, with May right around the corner, just a couple days away, we'll be celebrating all things Star Wars throughout the month of May. With,
Mhm.
yeah, obviously with May the 4th being the biggest event, but the celebration will continue, and we'll be done with Bad Batch, but we'll have Tales of the Jedi, and then before you know it, we'll be into the Acolyte. So it's going to
June.
be it's yeah, one, it's going to be May, as Spencer
It's
said.
gonna be May.
Yep, I can't get enough of that meme. And
Ramen
then
noodles.
it's gonna be June, and before you know it, it's gonna be the summer vacation. So, um, it's a lot going on. And in fact, this week, just a quick reminder. Obviously, we have happy hour tomorrow night, like we always do on Tuesdays. There is no Wednesday show because there's so much happening this week on the Star Wars front, and we know with the Bad Batch finale and the X-Men '97 finale start, it's just going to dominate the pop culture. So we don't have Daughters of the Galaxy this week, but they'll be back 2 weeks from now with the
Mhm.
Mother's Day special. Are you guys ready for that? We have so many
Oh,
moms to cover.
so excited. And
Yeah.
Jamie being a mom herself and me being a cat mom and a dog mom, um, yeah, it's got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of really awesome moms in Star Wars, and it'd be cool to just run the list.
It's quite the
Case
list
in
too.
point.
Yeah. Yeah, Carrie's probably right at the top there.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Oh yeah, and Spencer's mentioning too that Star Wars Celebration tickets are on sale, or go on sale Saturday, right? Um, is that
Oh.
what it's happening? I don't even
No, I
remember.
think it's Wednesday or Thursday.
Is it
Yeah,
Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Okay, so
Yeah,
they're not doing it on Saturday. Um, yeah, I saw the email and I was like, oh, I better make sure I read that, but I'm not going to Celebration. So,
Yeah,
um,
Thursday, May 2nd at 7 p.m. So, I guess
yeah.
VIP tickets go on sale sooner. That's for people that got it
mhm.
Spencer
last
will
year.
be sitting out this week for the watch along to keep a monitor on that situation
Hmm.
on
Yep.
Thursday.
Well, I was gonna say the watch along this week has a couple
Speaking
of
of which,
special guests. So I know Ashley, you're sitting in. Do you know who you're joining? Are Jeff and Dave going to be there?
I don't.
yes,
Are
Jeff
you
and
guys
Dave
gonna be
will be there.
there? Okay.
But
Okay.
Ashley may be joined by someone else as well. I can't remember.
Is it
Uh,
Skip? Is it Skip or Scooby? Yeah.
Is it Ski
uh,
Progle?
you never know. So, keep an eye out for that. But it'll definitely be me, Dave, and Ashley
Yep.
Yeah.
doing our thing.
For
So,
the Bad Batch finale, and then we're doing so. Ashley then has to come back on Monday, and we're actually going to pull in Skip on Monday too, the three of us, to do our Bad Batch finale on Rebels
Emotional damage.
Revisited. Yeah, because we can't let it go, and we'll just have Taylor Swift playing in the background as we cry,
Yeah.
cry and recap. We can do two things at once. Um, we we
I can
we cry a
do
lot,
with
but
a
we're so
broken
productive.
heart.
Yeah, we'll do it. That's going to be the episode title name.
Yeah.
And then Sunday is Jedi Archives, I believe.
Awesome.
And yeah, Mike was actually saying a little bit earlier in the chat that
Yeah.
they did a recap for their 70. What did they just have? Let me scroll up. Where's the scroll on here? Um, so Jedi Archives is doing a 3-year recap on June 2nd, and their 70th episode just aired
Oh,
yesterday.
wow.
So wait, are they
Congratulations,
not on this
guys.
week then? Is it?
so
Oh yeah,
that means it should be
should
it should be
be
the
Unifying force.
unifying force
Unifying
this.
Force then. Yeah, right. One of them will be on Sunday. You guys will figure it out.
I
Um,
think it was. Didn't the unifying force just do their 66th episode?
I know this is crazy.
So I think
Um,
Mike is getting a little confused there, but
yeah, whether
we'll get it all
recording
straightened.
versus air dates are separate things. But that being said, Saturday we will also have the podathon all day. So be sure to check. Once we have details, we'll be sure to send out the link as to when Spencer and I have our interview going live. But of course, tune into all of the podathon. I'm sure it's all going to be great. I mean,
Yeah.
look at these fantastic podcasts that are going to be out there. So
Relatable
very cool.
nerds, Yub Nub, Thank the Maker,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Tarkins, Around the Galaxy. Good crew.
Yeah, I'm excited to be included in that list. So it's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. We hope all of you guys have a fantastic May the 4th. Everyone who's going to see The Phantom Menace, we hope you enjoy yourselves. Everyone who's going to see all 9 of the Star Wars movies, we want to know why. But again, be safe,
Bring a
enjoy yourself.
diaper.
Yeah, you take many bathroom breaks. Uh, and then for everyone else there was one thing I forgot. Sorry. I went to the Empire State Building 2 weekends ago to
Oh.
check out, we had a friend in town who had booked this trip months ago, so couldn't change it. And even though I wasn't like 100%, I still went. And I got to tell you, the Star Wars experience at the Empire State Building is very underwhelming.
Hmm.
It's just a Lego display, and it's stuff that it looks like I've seen before. Um, and I was like, am I missing something? Did I miss something? I didn't miss anything. The Empire State Building is cool, and the whole inside thing is kind of awesome. And standing in like the King Kong hand is like kind of neat. It's a great picture. And you get to learn a lot about the building, and you get to look outside, and it's really nice. And if you've never been to New York before or done this, I would recommend doing it once. The
Yeah.
Star Wars thing is pointless. And I hate to be that guy, but like the lights on the Empire State Building were cool. The inside experience is like abysmal. So if you're planning on doing that for May the 4th, change your plans. Go do something else. It's like not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you really care about the rest of the Empire State Building, it's not worth the cost of entry.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been to the Empire State Building before, so maybe
Yeah,
fun.
that would be fun.
If
Yeah.
you have never been before, check it out. If
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
been there before,
There's no
not
need.
really.
There's no
Yeah,
need.
not really a necessity.
But be sure you check in all of our content for the week, and check us out on the Podathon on Saturday. And we hope everyone has a great free comic book day,
Yeah.
and does all their fun stuff on May the 4th.
Definitely. So many independent comic shops around the country are celebrating. Make sure you thank them. Make sure you're kind to the staff. Things go quick. There's going to be a line. People are going to be stressed. They're going to want to get their hands on as many things. I know Mike mentioned earlier that there's going to be 2 Star Wars issues this week coming out for free comic book day. But, just give your local comic shop some love. And I
Yeah.
say this as a former comic shop employee. It was the best job I ever had. Free comic book day is life, along with record store day because I work in Newberry Comics. But definitely be nice and have fun and enjoy your comics.
Yeah. Everyone have a fantastic May the 4th. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for our Bad Batch recap. All right. Good night,
Ah!
everyone. And May the 4th be with
May the
you.
4th be with you. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.